Yeah. Yeah, like this is a thing, and then we're gonna put it over here, and then we're gonna go bop, 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 and then it's done. Editing. For today's tutorial, we're gonna do Coraline, but half of her mouth is gonna be stitched up, and half of the other is gonna have cotton coming out of it. Tom, come say hi. Come say hi. This is Tom. Oh my God! Tom's a great special effects artist. He's here to do our makeup today. So that's cool. He's gonna start by applying a prosthetic onto my cheek.
So we're gonna do like a little smile thing here. And this will be the side that the cotton or the fiber is sticking out of it.
What? First, you'll need some prosthetics to create raised skin for your extended mouth line. Now, we're using leftover prosthetics from Zombieland 2, and I'm very well aware that nobody really has that. So I'll leave links below to already made prosthetics that you can get offline, or you can create your own raised skin with Burn 3D effects or the classic latex and paper towels. Don't try this with Ben Nye Scar Cream, it just doesn't stick really well. To help the illusion of cotton coming out of your face, cut the inside of the prosthetic up to its raised edges and figure out how that best lines up with your natural mouth edge. Make sure you wiped your face from all its natural oils to ensure your prosthetic sticks. Put a very small amount of glue on the back side of your prosthetic. It'll help you sort of stick and peel your piece until you get it where you want it. Once you have it in place, go back and glue it down. Remove the edges of your prosthetic with 99% alcohol. You can get this from behind the counter at your local pharmacy or online from a store like Friends. Once that side's done, move on to the next. Again, stick and peel it until you get it where you want it. For this side, we cut our prosthetic and glued the slit closer together for our stitched up side of Coraline. Tom is using an angled glue brush and pressing the prosthetic down with the back end of it to ensure that there's no bubbles. Go back with the alcohol and remove the edges. Flat and pointed Q-tips are the best for this. Avoid regular Q-tips that you like clean your ears with or anything like that. It just makes it for a nicer edge. Go over your edges with Prosthetic cream and a sponge. You could cut up a regular household sponge, however sea sponges or harder ones are better. It goes on white and dries on clear, so blow dry it to ensure that it's dry before you put on another layer if you need it. Once it's dry, pat it with a translucent powder and a flat brush. Give it a hot minute, and then use a minor amount of alcohol and sponge to wipe away any excess. By the way, it smells really bad, so make sure you hold your nose, unlike me, and you should probably close your eyes. Go into your stitched up side with a red and paint inside the crack to give it a sense of depth. Although there's no blood in Coraline, it'll give it a nice 3D effect. Now go over both of your prosthetics with colors from an alcohol makeup palette to recreate your skin tone. For mine, we used pinks and reds because my Irish skin is very rosy. However, it'll differ depending on your skin tone. Alcohol-based paint is the best because it won't wipe off if you get sweaty or if you get wet. Hence, you can wear it all day or all night and it'll stay. Now we're on to the beauty portion of our Coraline. Bear with me as I've clearly never made a tutorial video before in my life.
Hey Josh,
my Nars Foundation. See, I don't know how people do these videos because you're so far away from the mirror. Like, how do you know what you're doing? Like, where's the camera? Where's the mirror?
Yeah, it seems like everything's all tighter.
Like, I don't get it. Oh, hey girl.
Do they have the medium and large and white?
With your foundation, you can go over your prosthetic edge, however, always sweep away from your pieces and not into them or it'll look cakey and bunch up. Go into the cotton side of your mouth and paint in a light pink color, just in case your skin peeks through any of the cotton that we're going to shove in there later. I quickly tried on my wig just so we could see where the button placement should be. What are you doing?
We're going to do old Coraline.
No! I look good with blue hair.
Blue hair and pale skin works.
Is this gonna rip my eyebrow hairs out?
Is that okay?
Yeah. I don't need them. We put a little glue on the button to see where my eyebrow should go above it, but my button was probably a little too big, so you should probably go a little smaller. I went in with a medium brown eyebrow pencil and mimicked essentially my own eyebrow right above it. I drew 3 dots for each point of the brow and played connect the dots. Hi. I don't know how freaking YouTubers like go like this looking up while the camera's in their face. Like, where's the mirror?
Behind the camera?
I don't get it.
About the nude jumper.
How is that? Is that a good eyebrow?
Did some of it. I wouldn't be surprised if he did his own makeup.
Once you're done having an existential crisis on whether it looks good or not, go ahead and see what it looks like with your button again. Please enjoy these out of focus shots as I was too preoccupied to check my camera. Coat your other eyebrow with purple Elmer's glue and pat it down. Once it is set for a hot minute, go over it with the translucent powder, and go back over it with your own foundation. Next, recreate your eyebrow above it so that the two are the same height. Now that you look like the Joker without the nurse's costume, it's time for some eyeshadow. Coraline doesn't really wear any makeup, so we're going to be very subtle. I'm going over my eyelid with a light pink and then a white color closer to my eyebrow. Then I'm going into the outside of my crease with just a slightly darker pink. I blend that upwards towards infinity and beyond and hope it looks good. Next, I'm giving myself just a baby cat eye to be a little more dramatic and to accentuate her eyes. I hate this eyeliner. Next, take a nude lip liner and make your lips a little more defined from your prosthetic pieces. My prosthetics actually went onto my upper lip, so I kind of just drew it back on.
Yeah.
I have the weirdest hairline. Now, I'm just contouring my face ever so slightly, mainly focusing on giving myself a thinner looking nose to get Coraline's shape. We took some blue false eyelashes and stuck them on my non-button eye, which I actually like a lot. Don't ask me for any tips on that though, because I am genuinely the worst person on putting on false eyelashes. Dear Lord. I took a NYX light blue eyeshadow and put it under my lower lid. Then I went back over my own eyeliner with a dark blue water-based paint. I don't recommend that if you're going to plan on going out all night, since it will smear and if you cry it'll come off. Time for freckles. I see a lot of people make theirs exactly symmetrical, however I'm using my own freckles as a guide because they were already peeking through my foundation anyhow. You can pat them with your finger to make them light or darker, it just depends on the look you're going for. Cotton time! Go ahead and place a thin layer of glue on the inside of your prosthetic. Take your ripped cotton balls and gently pat them into the cut. Thom is using this kind of scalpel thing to pat them in as he goes, which works really well. Once it's dried, you can pick at it a bit to give it more of a feathered look like it's coming out of your face. Now it's time for your thread. Take a dark eyebrow or eye pencil and make dots where you want to connect your thread. Go back in with glue and a small brush and dot each mark. Cut small pieces of thread and stick them onto your glued dots with tweezers. There's no exact measurement for how long each stitch is, so you can just go ahead and cut random sizes, long and short, and just figure out what you need as you go. We went for the looped Z shape rather than crisscrossing it because it looked better. Go all the way across your mouth until you hit your cotton side. This creates the illusion that your stitching has come undone. Now for the button. Go ahead and place a bit of glue along your eyebrow and then on your cheek and hold it in place for a bit. For the record, it did not pull out any of my eyebrow hair. The glue just wouldn't come out of my eyebrow for like a day or two. And that's it. You can put your Coraline look together. Gardner. This is my dad. Okay, bye. Okay, so next you're going to want to put on your wig after you attach your button as an eye. I didn't have a wig and I didn't want to buy a short blue wig that I was only going to wear once. So we had an old blonde synthetic, or is this real?
Synthetic.
Synthetic wig that we just sprayed blue for the purposes of taking our pictures today. But you can do that with any old wig that you have. I've never cut a wig before, but I think I did okay. And there you have it. Thanks for tuning in to our messy tutorial, much like my life. See you next time.